The Four Seasons Denver Ballroom glittered under crystal chandeliers on June 14, 2025, as 350 guests in elegant suits and gowns toasted Jessica Anderson's wedding. Kate Miller, 58, stood in a simple wool blazer, her calloused hands clasped, watching her daughter, radiant in white, dance with her new husband, Brett Anderson. The 32-year-old Goldman Sachs associate shone in a $3,200 Armani tuxedo, his Rolex flashing as he twirled Jessica. Kate's heart warmed, until Brett's voice sliced through the crowd. "That's just my wife's mother," he sneered, grabbing his boss's arm and pointing at Kate with disdain. "Some worthless grease monkey who runs a failing auto shop." The room hushed. Goldman Sachs executives stared. Jessica's smile wavered. Kate, in her work boots, smiled tightly. Brett didn't know she owned Miller Aerospace Systems, a $2.1 billion empire that employed him. His insult, broadcast to Denver's elite, was his first misstep. 6 months prior, at Jessica's downtown apartment, Brett had laid the groundwork. "Kate, no offense, but this wedding's high class," he said, pouring wine into crystal glasses. "Financial district folks. It needs to be professional." Professional meant not like Kate's 2018 Ford F-150 or practical clothes. Jessica softened it. "Mom, Brett wants it perfect." Kate nodded. "Whatever you want, Jess." Brett excluded her from decisions, venue, catering, guest lists, deeming them too sophisticated for a mechanic. Kate quietly funded $50,000 for cost overruns, $23,500 for premium bar service, $18,500 for orchids, and $12,000 for photography, her wealth fueling Brett's vision. He assumed his $185,000 salary covered it. Now, as his words echoed, Kate's smile masked a storm. Brett's career was about to unravel. At 11:47 p.m., Kate sat in her modest home office, wool blazer draped over a chair, Denver's skyline sparkling outside. Her phone buzzed. "Brett." "Kate, we need to talk," he said, voice thick with entitlement. "I'm up for VP at Goldman Sachs, $340,000 salary. I can't have family who don't fit my world." Kate's pen scratched. $126 million portfolio, Armani, Walmart. "Define success, Brett." He scoffed. "I manage $126 million. My BMW costs more than your income." Jessica married up, Kate. "She's leaving your level behind." Kate noted, social hierarchy, broke mechanics. "What's Miller Aerospace, Brett?" A pause. "Some manufacturing outfit." "I'm above that." Kate underlined higher level. "What if a client pulls out?" Brett laughed. "That doesn't happen. Careers end if they do." Kate hung up, her mind sharp. For 27 years, she'd built Miller Aerospace Systems from a garage with a $15,000 loan, now a $2.1 billion defense contractor with 1,200 employees and contracts with Boeing and the Department of Defense. Forbes dubbed her Denver's anonymous aerospace pioneer, her identity veiled by shell companies. Brett saw work boots, not the empire. At 6:15 a.m., she called Patricia Davis, her CFO. "Prepare ownership documents, financials, everything," Kate said, recounting Brett's insult. "Justice, Patricia. He'll learn respect is earned." A text arrived from an unknown number. "Brett's hiding something. Check his portfolio." Kate's pulse raced. Who knew Brett's clients? A larger game was afoot. Kate drove her F-150 to Miller Aerospace's 450,000 square foot facility, machinery humming as employees nodded respectfully. Her boots echoed past F-35 component lines. In her office, Patricia handed her a folder, incorporation papers, financials showing $950 million in revenue, a Forbes article on Denver's shadow billionaire. "Brett's oblivious," Patricia said. Kate nodded. "He'll learn." At 9 a.m., she called David Morrison, Goldman Sachs SVP. "David, it's Kate Miller. We met at Jessica's wedding." She detailed Brett's insult. Morrison's voice hardened. Unacceptable. He's out. Kate paused. Not yet. Reassign Miller Aerospace's account. Let him feel it. By 2:17 p.m., Brett's computer pinged, urgent client portfolio adjustment. Miller Aerospace, $950 million, was reassigned to senior management, no explanation. Patricia, in Goldman Sachs conference room, texted Kate, he's frantic. Brett called. Kate, a client dropped me. Aerospace. Did you talk to anyone? Kate replied, who would a mechanic know? Brett's second client, a Miller-linked private equity firm, pulled out at 3:45 p.m., citing industry knowledge concerns. A third filed a complaint for unprofessional conduct. Kate's network was moving. A text buzzed, Brett's portfolio hides dirty money. Dig deeper. Kate's eyes narrowed. Was this a Goldman Sachs insider? The conspiracy deepened. Kate met Patricia at a dimly lit Denver diner, Patricia's eyes darting. That text came from an encrypted server, she said, handing Kate a USB drive. Untraceable. Kate opened it, emails showing Brett funneling client funds to offshore accounts linked to Victor Kane, a shady developer tied to Miller Aerospace's rivals. He's laundering money, Patricia whispered. Kate's jaw clenched. Brett's insult was personal, this was betrayal. At home, Jessica called, voice shaky. Mom, I'm sorry about Brett. He's stressed. Kate softened. Jess, he called me worthless on your wedding day. Jessica hesitated. His world's different. Kate replied, you'll see mine soon. A text arrived, Kane's meeting Brett tonight. Ritz-Carlton. 9 p.m. Kate parked her F-150 across from the hotel, spotting Brett with Kane, a wiry man with cold eyes, exchanging a briefcase. Kate snapped photos, heart pounding. Was Brett's insult a cover for his crimes? She sent the photos to Patricia, who confirmed, Kane's linked to a rival contractor sabotaging our DoD deal. Kate's empire was threatened. She called Morrison. David, Brett's working with Victor Kane. Check his portfolio. Morrison's silence was heavy. This is grave, Kate. The whistleblower's texts were guiding her, but who were they? Brett called Kate at 5:15 p.m., voice trembling. 3 clients dropped me. Aerospace. It's you, isn't it? Kate replied, how could a mechanic touch your portfolio? Brett's breathing faltered. This isn't random. Kate smiled. You said careers don't end at your level. At Miller Aerospace, Patricia uncovered more. Brett's $126 million portfolio hid $20 million in illicit transfers to Kane's shell companies, masked as consulting fees. Kate's anger surged. Brett wasn't just mocking her, he was jeopardizing her company. A text warned, Kane's dangerous. He knows you're digging. Kate's grip tightened. Was the whistleblower ally or manipulator? She called Detective Laura Chen, Denver PD. Laura, I need a background on Victor Kane. Laura promised answers. Jessica arrived, eyes red. Brett's falling apart, Mom. Kate showed her the emails. He's laundering money, Jess. With someone who could ruin us. Jessica gasped, torn. Kate hugged her. You're enough. That night, a car idled outside. A text buzzed, Kane's watching. Protect Jessica. Kate grabbed her shotgun. The stakes were soaring. Laura called at dawn. Kane's got a history, fraud, extortion. He's tied to Apex Systems, aiming for your DoD contract. Kate's heart sank. Miller Aerospace's $200 million deal was at risk, Brett the pawn. Patricia found altered blueprints in Miller's servers, sabotage linked to Kane's IP address. Brett gave him access, she said. Kate's fists clenched. The insult was personal, this was war. A text arrived, Kane's at your factory tonight. Stop him. Kate alerted security and called Morrison. Brett's aiding a rival. End him. That night, Kate hid in the factory's loading dock, watching Kane's men tamper with F-35 components. Security apprehended them. Kate's phone buzzed. Good move. But Brett's desperate. Jessica texted, Brett's gone. Help, Mom. Kate raced to Jessica's trashed apartment, finding a note, tell Kate to back off. Jessica sobbed. He's not who I married. Kate held her, resolve hardening. The whistleblower's identity was a mystery, their motives unclear, but Kate was ready to fight. Kate tracked Brett to a seedy Denver motel, Laura's intel guiding her. Brett, unkempt, opened the door. Kate, I didn't know about Kane's sabotage. Kate tossed the USB drive. You laundered his money. You threatened my company. Brett stammered, I needed wedding funds. Kate's voice was iron. You called me worthless in front of 350 people. Now this. Jessica, behind Kate, whispered, why, Brett? He collapsed, sobbing. I wanted to outshine you, Kate. A text warned, Kane's coming. Run. Kate pulled Jessica out as headlights closed in. At a safe house, Laura revealed, the whistleblower's an ex-Apex hacker, exposing Kane to destroy him. Kate's mind raced. The texts were leverage, but risky. She called Morrison. Brett's finished. Kane's arrested. Goldman Sachs suspended Brett, their probe intensifying. Jessica, shaken, said, Mom, you're stronger than he'll ever be. Kate hugged her. You're enough, Jess. A final text, Kane's down. You're safe. For now. Kate sensed the truth was still unfolding. Monday, 10 a.m., Goldman Sachs' 47th floor conference room gleamed with Denver's skyline. Kate, in a tailored suit, faced 23 executives, Brett and Jessica. I'm Kate Miller, CEO of Miller Aerospace Systems, $2.1 billion. Slides traced her empire from a $15,000 garage to $950 million in contracts. Brett paled. Jessica gasped. Kate played the wedding audio, worthless grease monkey. Then the phone call, money talks, broke mechanics listen. Executives shifted. Brett laundered money for Victor Kane, endangering my company, Kate said, showing emails. Morrison's face hardened. Brett's terminated. Kate faced Brett. You judged me by my boots, not my character. Respect is earned. Jessica, tearful, whispered, Mom, I'm proud. Kate packed her slides. Goldman Sachs, decide if Brett's values are yours. A text buzzed, you won. But watch your back. The whistleblower's shadow lingered over Kate's triumph. Brett's termination rocked Denver's business scene. The Denver Business Journal reported, Goldman Sachs loses client over associates' misconduct. LinkedIn buzzed with posts about arrogant advisors. Kate, at Miller Aerospace, bolstered security after the whistleblower's warning. Laura confirmed Kane's arrest for fraud and sabotage, but the hacker vanished. Jessica moved in with Kate, her marriage crumbling. I trusted Brett's lies, she said. Kate replied, you'll rebuild, Jess. A text warned, Apex isn't done. They want your contracts. Kate's empire remained vulnerable. Patricia revealed Apex's CEO had ties to Kane, plotting to discredit Miller Aerospace. Kate decided, we go public. Show who we are. Jessica stood firm. I'm with you, Mom. The whistleblower's motives were murky, but Kate's resolve was unshakable, her legacy at stake. 6 months later, Kate stood at Miller Aerospace's gala, now public as its CEO. The Denver skyline glowed, her 1,200 employees celebrating their $2.1 billion empire. Jessica, now a nonprofit director, spoke, my mother taught me worth is character, not wealth. Brett, divorced and at a small New York firm, wrote, "I'm learning, Kate." The whistleblower, an ex-Apex coder, had vanished, their leaks dismantling Kane's network. Apex lost the DoD contract to Miller Aerospace. Kate, in her F-150, drove Jessica to dinner, work boots beside her heels. "You're my empire, Jess," she said. Jessica smiled. "You always were mine." Forbes still called her Denver's shadow pioneer, but Kate needed no anonymity. Her worth, built on respect, outshone Brett's insults.